Hey everyone, before this video gets started, I just want to warn y'all, I messed up with my recording software and it accidentally recorded my opponent when he talks. It records it through the system, what I heard, but then it also recorded it through my microphone. So when he talks, there's kind of there's a very noticeable echo. It's a little bit loud. So for those of you wearing headphones, you might want to turn it down just a tad so you don't hurt your ears. And for the rest of you, this is not the quality that future videos will be released at, but these Warhammer games are very long, so I wanted to go ahead and put this up for those of you who want to watch it. For many of you, you might just say, this is too obnoxious, I can't listen to it, and that's perfectly fine, I get that. As an apology, I'll be doing another game today and recording it. The same armies, same opponent with Phaonix. But we'll be recording another match that I'll have up, and I will record it properly this time. But in case you just wanted to go ahead and take a look at it, and if it doesn't bother you, great, then you'll get to watch a great game. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm hoping this will be a regular thing on the channel. So yeah, let's play some Warhammer. Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video. This time I'm going to be playing a full Warhammer game against one of my students who I teach. So before we get started and I introduce him, I'm going to go ahead and go over both of the lists that we're playing with. Now, just for fun, we decided to build our list with some of the restrictions that you're going to see in Total War Warhammer. So we only allowed one Lord level unit per army, and we only used models from the rosters of the Greenskins and Dwarves respectively. I'll be playing the Dwarves, and I'm playing an army led by Ungrim Iron Fist, the Slayer King, and my opponent is playing a Greenskin army led by Azhag the Slaughterer. So I'm going to go ahead and go over both armies, because I made both of the lists. I do that quite frequently. Make lists for my students. So let's go ahead and we'll start with mine. So going left to right, I've got a Grudge Thrower, and I've got two runes on him, which are the Rune of Accuracy and the Rune of Forging, which allows him to basically reroll if he misfires or if he misses horrendously. I've got two units of Thunderers here with the guns. I've got a unit of Slayers led by Ungrim Iron Fist himself. And they have a banner with the, let's see, Master Rune of Valaya, if I recall correctly. Yep. And for those of you who are curious of what I'm looking at here, this is Army Builder, which is a program I'll probably make a short video on pretty soon. And it allows me to organize and create all my lists. It's very, very useful. And by the way, my Thunderers all have shields. There's a Master Engineer in here with my Thunderers who has a Dwarf handgun. And on top of that, he also has a 5-up ward save because he has the Rune of Warding, two of them. And then over here is my Organ Gun that has the Rune of Forging, so he can reroll when he misfires. Then I've got a unit of 20 Longbeards with great weapons that have a full command. Then I've got a cannon that has the Rune of Forging, so I can reroll misfires. And he has the Rune of Burning, so he has flaming attacks. Then I've got a Gyrocopter with a steam gun. And finally, a group of Ironbreakers with full command. They have my Dwarf Thane BSB with them, who's kitted out mostly for defense. So he has the Rune of Cleaving ×3, so actually he's pretty offensive, which makes him stronger, gives him Killing Blow, and he has Armor Piercing. And then he has the Rune of Stone on his armor to knock him down to a 2-up save. I've also got one other Master Engineer who has a set of pistols, pardon me, and he has a 1-up armor save, thanks to the Master Rune of Gromroll. And then he has 1 point in the Rune of Warding, which gives him a 6-up ward save. My opponent, who's wielding a list that I made for him, has 6 Trolls. He has 30 Savage Orcs. He has a Goblin Big Boss BSB on a Gigantic Spider, who has the Armor of Destiny. which gives him a heavy armor with a 4-up ward save. He's got 2 units of Night Goblet Archers that both have 2 Fanatics in them. He's got Azhag the Slaughterer himself up here on the Wyvern. Then he's got a unit of Orc Boy Biggins, led by a Orc Shaman. Then he has a Giant, a Doomdiver Catapult, and an Arachnarok Spider. So it's a pretty even matchup. Obviously, the lists are not quite as varied as I normally would go. I don't have Runesmiths, and he's lacking quite a few squigs. But we are basing these off the rosters from Total War Warhammer, so obviously things are a little skipped. For those of you who are regulars of Warhammer, we are not playing with magical terrain. We are playing with just common terrain to save ourselves some time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. Before we start our rolls, Phao, if you want to go ahead and say hi to everyone listening in.
Hello, I'm Phaonix. I'm one of Sotek's minions.
Minions. Okay. I don't have any magic on my side, but you do. So it's probably time for you to go ahead and roll for your spells.
Yeah, so I have Azhag the Slaughterer, who's level 3 in the Lore of Death. And I have a Orc Shaman, who's this guy, who's the guy with the blue fire. He's got the Lore of the Big Wah. And yes, you have to say it like that. For Azhag, doubles.
So what he's doing right now is that he's looking at the Lore of Death, and he's rolling dice and comparing the numbers against the corresponding spells.
That gives me Aspect of the Dread Knight, and Doom and Darkness, and one choice.
And so right now he's just picking the spells that he wants to have. Since you roll a double, he actually gets to pick.
I'm going to take Purple Sun with my choice and swap Aspect of the Dread Knight for Spirit Leech.
Which, fun enough, all these spells are in Total War Warhammer. I've actually seen them. Taking the Purple Sun, all right. And for your Orc Shaman.
One moment, everything's down.
And for those of you who are wondering, you can see the comment box over here. Another one of
so
my.
He's a level 4, I believe.
Another one of my students.
No, he's a level 2.
Idiotorix, or Izzy as he's sometimes known, is.
I got 2 and 5, so no for the Gork. Sad face.
Being our peanut gallery over here.
I got Here We Go and the Fists of Gork. Ooh.
Those aren't bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep those, actually.
Okay. Let's go ahead and both roll a d6 to see who deploys first. I got a 3.
And I got a 1, so you go first.
I am up first. All right. First thing I'm going to deploy, I am going to start with... Let's start with a unit of Thunderers. Right. Let's start with them back here. And for those of you wondering, these rulers are marking our deployment zones. So I can deploy anywhere in this top area. And Phaonix, since he's across the field from me, can deploy anywhere in this bottom area.
Okay. I'm going to deploy... Let's go with a group of Night Goblins over here.
Okay. My turn again. I will deploy... let's do my Slayers, and we're going to deploy right about there.
I'm going to deploy my other Night Goblins over... I don't know. No, never mind. I'm going to deploy my Doomdiver over here.
Okay. You also have to deploy your Rock Lava.
Oh, I do not actually have a Rock Lava.
Well, then you should probably get that out.
Yep, indeed I should.
So it's always good, as you see, to check. And let me check his list just to make sure he does, in fact, have a Rock Lava.
I was going through my list all this time, going, I'm probably going to forget something, and lo and behold, I forgot something.
No, I'm checking the list right now just to be safe, and you do not have a rock lava. So.
Come on. I thought I had it right.
No, we talked about it earlier. I should have double checked, but I just did double check just to be safe, and there is in fact no rock lava on your list.
So I was right. Ha.
Well, you were sort of right. In any event, it is my turn to deploy again. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy my war machines. Because since they all go out in one group, I'm going to put my grudge thrower in the very back on the hill. I'm going to put my organ gun. Let's put it right on the tip of the hill. And then we're going to put our cannon right about there. So for those of you who are watching...
Well, that's a very friendly position.
I'm going to be attempting
I'm going to go with my... my Ragnarok over here.
I'll wait till he's sort of through. That way I can talk without him talking over me. Because he can't hear me. Alright, let me think for just a sec. So, for those of you watching, what I'm trying to do here is I need to deploy my army in a condensed fashion, especially since I'm playing dwarves and I'm pretty war machine heavy. So I'm going to want to deploy most of my forces as close around this hill as I possibly can and force him to come to me, which I have the advantage in range firepower. So I'm going to be able to force his hand in demanding that the Greenskins come to me to fight, which gives me a significant advantage in these engagements. So let's further solidify my position. Alright, next I'm going to deploy a unit of Longbeards with great weapons right there.
Fair enough. I'll have to get it over with eventually. Let's see what kind of forest it is.
We're going to go ahead and skip magical terrain for this.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, is that where you're putting the night goblins?
Yep.
Alright, next I will deploy another unit of Thunderers. This unit... We'll deploy them right about there. And go ahead and take your turn.
Alright. Well, my orc boys are going to go over here.
Okay. Let's do... Orc boys are over there, so he's deploying pretty heavy on the left flank. And I've got the right flank pretty much covered. So let's go ahead and counter his deployment. I'm going to put my Iron Breakers right there. Now I'm actually going to...
Savage Orcs over here.
I want to check to make sure what I'm about to do is actually helpful. Let's see... Okay, so we definitely want to keep our short-range Dwarf Engineer with war machines. And, one sec.
Right.
Due to, due to the fact that on my runic weapons, or on my war machines which have runic upgrades, each one of them is fully kitted out to defend itself, with the exception of one, being the organ gun. But what I can do, because normally I would give him both the Rune of Accuracy and the Rune of Forging, but I can only afford to give him the Rune of Forging in this list. But if I put one of my Master Engineers within 3 inches of him, he can use my Master Engineer's Ballistic skill, which is a 4, which is much better than a 3. And So we're going to go ahead and do that in just a moment. So this other one will probably go to reinforce this unit. The reason being is engineers cannot aid a war machine and shoot in the same turn. But since all these two war machines back here are fully functioning on their own, and an engineer could not make them any better than they already are, it's ideal for us just to use him for shooting and combat to defend the Thunders. Alright, so all I've got left is my gyrocopter and characters. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy my gyrocopter over here.
Okay, so are we just going to let me fill in? Or
well, so you're going to do one more, and then I'm going to do characters, okay. Then you fill in.
Okay, fair enough. Trolls over... where do I want those trolls? Yeah, I guess I'll put them over here.
Okay, and then I'm down to characters. I'm going to put my Thane BSB with my Iron Breakers. I'm going to put my Master Engineer with a handgun in my Thunderers unit. And I'm going to put my Master Engineer with a brace of Dwarven pistols next to my organ gun.
Alright. Wait, first I have to do my giant. He's going to go over... And let's put him over here. Next is Azhag the Slaughter. And my Goblin Big Boss BSB over there.
Alright, and he does have a Forest Strider, I believe, so we don't need to worry about him tripping in the forest.
Not like my Bretonian Knights from that earlier game.
True. They did not do very well in the trees.
No.
Okay, so we've got all that handled. Now, since I finished deploying my side first, I get the +1 when we roll off to see who goes first. And I rolled... Oh, well. Okay, then. All right.
Well,
I shall
this is Warhammer.
Yep, I will be taking the first turn. But, as always, before the very first turn begins, because I'm dwarves, I need to roll to see how much my army hates your army.
Yep.
2. So my general hates your general. That being said, most of the models in my army have the hate greenskins rule.
Is that hate greenskins or is that hate night goblins?
It is hate orcs and goblins, and they also hate Skaven.
Okay.
Alright then.
So that rule is a bit superfluous anyways.
Yeah, but you never know.
They get extra hate them, I guess.
I'm going to start with my Iron Breakers. We're going to scoot up just a tad, about 2 inches. And you'll notice sometimes the characters don't stay on the trays when you try and get them into a unit, which is kind of unfortunate, but we're doing the best we can. So that's kind of an annoying thing you have to deal with sometimes. Then my Slayers are going to move up until they're off the hill, which puts them at about 3 inches. And we're going to go ahead and move up the Longbeards 1 inch. And then the Gyrocopter, we're going to fly our way over here for a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the distance between his giant and my gyrocopter just to be sure it's safe. Yeah.
Is that the, what weapon does the gyrocopter have?
I'm running a steam gun.
Okay.
And it's good that he asked that, because the steam gun is much better for dealing with these large blocks, like night goblins and orcs, but it's not going to do anything to that giant or the Arachnarok. Which is why I'm going to need to use my heavy war machines to get rid of these big targets in hopes of clearing that out so then I can fly over here on this flank and take on his gun line. Alright, so normally this is where we would have the magic phase, but obviously I do not have any magic, so we're off to shooting. So, I will begin with my organ gun. I'm going to double check the range on my organ gun, which is 30 inches, so it is in range. And the Master Engineer next to it is going to be using his Artillery Master. Let's see. I'm going to be using my Artillery Master skill on it as well, so it will use his Ballistic skill. Also, my Master Engineers have the Entrenchment rule, which means I get to pick 2 of my War Machines that count as if they're in soft cover, and I'm going to choose my Organ Gun and my Cannon. Fair enough?
Yep.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the shooting. The Organ Gun, we are going to open fire on... We're going to open fire on the Savage Orcs.
Okay.
So it's in range. So I'm going to roll 2 artillery die. Okay, I got 10 shots.
Ballistic skill.
Ballistic skill 4. I'm going to double check what kind of penalties I run on an Organ Gun. Let's see.
Long range, and I can't think of anything else because my guys are not in cover of any sort. In fact, some of them are on top of the hill, so that's kind of reverse cover.
Okay, so I do not suffer multi-fire penalties, which is what I was worried about. So it's only -1. Since I'm Ballistic skill 4, I normally need 3s to hit, but since it's -1, I need 4s to hit. So 10 shots, needing 4s to hit. Alright, 3 miss.
Ouch.
And it's strength 5, your toughness 4, because you're orcs.
Yep.
So I'm going to need 3s to wound.
Yep, I'm toughness 4. Never mind.
Yes. 4 wounds, you get your 6-up war paint save.
Yep, because how many? 4?
4.
And I saved 1. Yay.
Okay, so 3 go down. Savage Orcs cover themselves.
Clearly did not get Warzags. Well, war paint.
Yeah, because these Savage Orcs are wearing war paint that gives them a 6-up invulnerable.
It's inferior war paint.
Alright, next I'm going to fire my cannon. Not a whole lot of great targets. We're going to aim at the trolls. So let's see. It's 207 degrees. So we're going to make a ruler match that. We're going to get it at approximately the right angle. Okay, so that's not what we want. So we want to aim it more like 210. Which cannons, you don't have to be super precise with cannons, but...
The question is, do you squish some goblins along the way?
Other players will appreciate it.
Doesn't look like it.
You don't guesstimate with cannons and play it really precise just because they're very powerful. Alright, so I'm going to aim it along that line, going from the left edge. So the left side of the ruler.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
So it will hit 3? Or 4?
No, it can hit a maximum of 2, because it can only hit 1 per rank.
Oh, right.
And I'm going to aim 6 inches from the beginning of your base. So the first shot, 10 inches, that might miss. Let's see. Yep, looks like a miss.
Yay.
And I do not believe I'm able to re-roll that. I think I have to misfire to do that. Let's see. Yep, okay. So I do not get to re-roll that, so the cannonball misses. And then last is my grudge thrower, and I'm going to aim for your Biggins unit.
Alright.
Okay, starting with the artillery die. 2 inches. Direct hit.
Ouch.
Okay, so starting with the orc directly under the center. It's strength 9, I believe. Let me double check.
Yes. It's in the 1 in the 3rd rank, right?
Yeah, I'll double check here.
I think it may skim. No, never mind. My shaman is not skimmed for that.
Yeah, he's fine. Okay, so strength 9 hit on the guy directly under the boulder. Alright, he's dead.
He's super dead.
And then I count, let's see, we're going for partials here. So anybody touched is considered hit. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Would you agree with that?
I got 13. Oh, never mind. I did not count. I counted the guy in the center.
Yeah, don't count him. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. All right. 12. So it's strength 3, so it needs 5s to wound. Okay, it does 3 more wounds. You do get your armor save.
These guys have an armor save.
Should be, I believe, a 5 up.
So 3 wounds, you said?
Yep.
Nope. 3
Okay.
more get pulverized.
That was a pretty good shot. Sucks that the cannon missed. Would have really liked to take out a few of those trolls. Okay, I believe that is it, because Thunderers have a range of 24 inches, if I recall correctly. Yep.
We forgot to announce where our characters are going. No, I did. My shaman's in that big unit.
Yeah, I saw it, and we'll make sure that the audience knows. I'll double check here. Okay, so all the rest of my guys are out of range, because the deployment zone is 24 inches wide, so it's impossible for them to be in range without moving, but I have move and fire weapons, so that would be pointless. Alright, so it is your turn, so you've got some animosity rolls to do.
Yes, starting from the left. With my trolls have to do stupidity and animosity?
No, just stupidity.
Okay, just stupidity. So starting with the stupidity. They are stupid.
Okay, are you within 18 inches of Azhag?
No, because I fudged it. Not on my thing.
Okay, yeah. But you are within 12 inches of your BSB.
So
you get to reroll your leadership check.
That is not better.
Okay, so we're still stupid. So roll a d6. Okay, so they will stumble 6 inches forward.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
So he
they're trolls. What can you expect?
Sort of goofed up his deployment, not having Azhag close enough to provide his leadership bonus, or sort of a morale area.
Okay, now going from the left to the right, starting with the Night Goblins, they're fine. The Biggins, they're fine. The Savage Orcs, they're fine. And the Night Goblins, they're fine. The Doom Diver does not have enough orcs to count for animosity, I do believe.
Right,
or
and war machines do not suffer from animosity.
Okay. So, now that's over with. Let's saunter on forward, shall we?
Alright, so let's see
what has a movement characteristic 4, except for the rock, and the giant. So, 4 we go.
Okay, and now he needs to get into close combat with me as fast as he can, but he also has to be careful not to overextend, so that my dwarves can't gang up on him and smash through his defenses. So it's good for him to advance his archers slowly. I honestly think
rock actually moves 7, which is impressive. So it's going to move up 7.
I honestly think that he should move
the
orcs more aggressively, as well as the Arachnarok and Giant. He's kind of going for the bait right now, sending the Giant after the gyrocopter, but he's not going to catch it. I'm going to be a little too fast.
And Azhag is
we'll see if he's able to pull it back. So let's see what he's
doing. Do a little motivating. So he's going to move behind here, so that time the trolls won't be so stupid.
If you move him into the forest, he takes a dangerous terrain.
Oh, yeah, correct. So I'm going to shift him over a little bit so he's not in the forest.
There you go.
Yeah, wyverns and forests are not the best of things. And my BSB is going to shift up a bit along with the line.
And if you're wondering why he sort of cut in, it's because I'm muting.
And that's it for my movement.
So
now onto magic.
Normally,
to generate the winds of magic.
I will be giving advice throughout the game.
Oh wait, I have to roll Azhag's
decision-making skills, but for the sake of this example, I'm just going to let him play as best he can. We'll see what happens.
And I rolled an 8 for the winds of magic. And for Azhag's channel? Nope. And my shaman? No.
Okay.
Sotek. Do you have anything that channels or?
No, I have no runesmiths.
Okay, so I have 8 to your 4. Let me pull up my books so I have the spells. I have Fists of Gorg.
Thankfully, we have a banner to defend against magic, because my Slayers have the Master Rune of Valaya as a banner.
I'm actually not going to cast any spells because I don't have any useful spells that are in range, so we're going to move on to shooting.
Huh? So, okay, he's playing a little bit too defensive, but we'll see what he does a little later on in the game.
So, no magic, moving on to shooting.
He's probably out of range.
Not do much.
Because goblins only have a movement of...
These night goblins over here on the right are going to shoot at the Slayers. So that is...
Do you have bows or short bows?
Actually short bows, I believe. So range of 18, actually.
Yeah, you're probably going to be... you might be in range of the Slayers. Might not.
No, I'm actually not.
Okay.
Okay, so they are out of range. Never mind. So, Doom Divers work like catapult except for with corruption?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So, where is my Doom Diver? There it is. He's going to drop. Where do I put him? I'm going to drop the Doom Diver on the Slayers.
Okay.
So, roll direction, first artillery and then direction. 10, oops. Oh. And I get to roll d6 for correction, correct?
Yep.
I roll a 1. No, this will be certainly interesting.
13 degrees.
Drops right onto... Where's my guy?
He's in the center of the unit.
No, I'm having trouble selecting him.
You'll get it. Zoom in if you have to.
Yeah. He's lost amongst the midst of the axes. I
would select it for him if I could.
I can't grab him. This is sad.
Did you zoom in?
Yeah, I zoomed in all the way. I can't actually see him underneath your Slayers.
Oh, he's above them on my screen.
On my screen, he's underneath.
Just create a new one.
Yep, that was the idea.
Sometimes Universal Battle...
That's one Doom Diver down without even hitting anything.
Likes to throw a fit.
Well, he's actually going to land straight on the Grudge Raker. Or Grudge Thrower.
Yeah. Well, and even if he, for those watching, even if he missed by just a hair, he can correct 1 inch to the left on top of it. So, yeah. Okay, so roll d6.
4.
4 hits. It's at strength 5.
Strength 5.
I'm toughness 7, so you need 6s to wound me.
2 wounds.
2 wounds, not bad.
Go Doom Diver.
Alright, and I don't even get an armor save against that because Doom Divers are Doom Divers. So 2 of my crewmen are down and out for the count.
Good job, son. That was really good for a go-go. And that is the end of my turn.
Alright, it's the Dwarf turn again. I'm not going to move terribly much. Because I want to do a more defensive play, but my gyrocopter, I am going to fly 20 inches down here. And then, see, I think everyone else is going to hold their ground. Kind of like my positioning at the moment. Yep, alright, so we're just going to go straight to shooting. I'm going to start with my Thunderers. We are going to open fire on the Night Goblins. I've got 11 regular Thunderers. And we are going to, see, we're Blast Skill 3, so it's long range. So we will need 5s to hit, because normally we would need 4s. So we need 5s. 4 hits. And then we are strength 4, and you are toughness 3, so we need 3s to wound. Alright, so we do 2 wounds, and it is armor piercing, so it's -2 to any armor they might have, which...
And these are night goblins, so they don't have any.
Right.
So, 2 down.
My engineer will shoot at the same target. He's only got 1 shot, though, of course. He hits, and he kills 1 more.
Showing them how it's done, huh?
So, well, it's got to be the master engineer for a reason, right?
Indeed.
My next group, it looks like the back rank is out of range, but the front rank's in range, so we're going to fire 6 shots into the Orc Boy Biggins. We need 5s to hit, 3 hits, and we need 4s to wound. Alright, we do 2 wounds, -2 to their armor save.
So they do not get any, actually.
Alright. So we're doing pretty good.
I keep dragging them off the side. I used to play Tomb Kings.
Alright, let's next do the cannon. We're going to aim at the same target. Let's see. Let's aim it at about 215. Okay, aiming along the left side of the ruler. This time we're going to do it on the 5. Just to be safe. Alright, the first shot. 8 inches.
Smack down on that troll.
Okay, it'll hit the front rank and the bounce. It does bounce, so I will hit 2 trolls. Since I can only hit 1 per rank. So the first troll, strength 10, I need a 2 or higher to wound. I do wound, and I do have the Rune of Burning, so it's a flaming attack.
I saw this coming.
So he cannot regenerate, and it does d6 wounds. 3 wounds, that's enough to kill 1.
Yep.
Then the troll behind him, also wounds, d6 wounds. Okay, 2 dead trolls.
Ouch.
But since trolls are stupid, they do not care.
Yep.
They can never suffer from panic. Alright, next, let's do the Grudge Thrower, who took a pretty bad beating last turn. And we're going to aim once more at the Biggins. Artillery die. Misfire, but since I have the Rune of Forging, I get to reroll it. Oh no, a second misfire. Alright, let's see what happens. A 4. Let's see. A Grudge Thrower. The misfire chart. 4, okay. Okay, he cannot shoot this turn, but he may shoot next turn. And last, but certainly not least, is the Organ Gun. And we're going to open fire on the Savage Orcs. We are in range quite nicely. So 2 artillery die worth of shots. 10 and 4. 14 shots. Of course, using the ballistic skill from my master engineer. We need 4s to hit. 6 hits. A little less than half. And then 3s to wound. 5 wounds, you get your 6 up ward save.
5, you said?
Yes.
Okay. I saved 1.
Okay, so 4 go down. And it should be worth noting, this is Foul's first or second game, I believe, with Greenskins. Normally he plays undead and can get away with playing a little bit more cautious, which is probably going to hurt him playing Greenskins. But it's good to get different experiences with various armies. And then I believe that's everyone. I'm not going to shoot the gyrocopter this turn. So it is your turn, sir.
Okay. Starting with stupidity checks for the trolls.
Okay, and you are quite handily with an 18.
So they're not stupid. Yay. Azhag. He is not stupid, but only by a hair. The Whisperers are getting one. And now for the animosity checks. Going from left to right. The Night Goblins. They're fine. The Biggins are fine. The Savage Orcs are fine. And the Lost Night Goblins are fine. Okay. Now then, moving on.
So if he's smart, now will be the time to come at me with everything he's
got. So my trolls are going to move up like so, 6 inches. My Night Goblins are going to move up a hair, so they're all in range. These Biggins are going to move up all the way. As are the Savage Orcs.
See, he's still holding back pretty big time.
Like that.
I much prefer him to be aggressive. But, this is, like I said...
I didn't want any free reforms to my Ragnarok, which is handy.
This is his first game.
And he's going to move up 7.
And we'll play him again using Greenskins once more. Recording, if you guys would be interested in seeing that, and we'll see. He improves very quickly. Most people do. Honestly, the easiest way to learn to play Warhammer.
Now the thing, do I have the giant go after the gyrocopter?
Get your boat.
Or do I have it move forward?
Okay, he should move forward. Just because he's...
I'm going to move forward.
There he goes. Yeah, there he goes. Because there's no way he's going to catch it. He really needs to march here to catch up with the rest of his line.
What is the initiative on that gyrocopter, by the way?
The gyrocopter initiative is at 2.
Alright. And Spider Ops is gonna skitter forward. Skitter. And Azhag's gonna whirl because he ain't being flying.
For having purple
Assuming the gyrocopter is the typical dwarven leadership of ludicrously high.
9, yes.
Yes, okay. He's going to fly right over there.
Okay, see what he's trying to do here is...
Okay, now on the magic.
His war machines. But that's a pretty...
I got a 7. Now for channeling for Azhag. He does not. And I wish I could swap those roles. My Orc Shaman channels. So I have 7 to your 6. Or I have 8 to your 6. Yeah, counting.
Correct.
Okay.
So he's going to be talking about spells here for a second, but I just want to interject. So you'll note that he's playing a little bit... He's playing so defensive to the point it's going to really hurt him, because he's keeping this really powerful, expensive lord on his back line, trying to get rid of a really cheap unit that his archers would be more than capable of taking down, or even a Doom Diver.
With 3 dice, the Soul Spirit Leech, not Soul Blight, that's a different spell, on the gyrocopter. Wait. It has to be the big version, since I'm more than 12 inches away, so I'm still gonna cast with 3. Oh. That does not go off.
That's some rough luck.
So, never mind that.
And for those of you watching, when a wizard fails to cast, they suffer from broken concentration, which means that they are incapable of casting for the rest of that phase.
Additionally, if any of you are wondering why I was rolling the channels separately, it's because my Orc Shaman has the channeling staff, which means he channels on a 5 or a 6, whereas Azhag only channels on a 6.
Speaking of your Orc Shaman.
Yes. Unfortunately for me, he only has 2 spells, one of which buffs him incredibly in melee, and the other makes everyone around him do better in melee. Neither of which is very helpful at this moment in time. So he is not going to be casting. So then, on to shooting. Okay. I think I have... I'm going to call it 12 shots on those Ironbreakers.
Okay.
For my Night Goblins.
I guess I'll just take his word for it. I think he has more in than that, but...
I have ballistic skill of 3, but I'm at long range, so I need 5s to hit. Correct?
1 second. I'm counting you having in about... I'd say 17. Maybe 16.
Okay. I'll defer to the 16 then.
Always got to do that corner-to-corner base contact.
And I need, with ballistic skill 4, or 3 actually. If Goblins at 4, that'd be terrifying. They have, at long range, because I'm over halfway.
And moved.
So that is -2.
Yep.
So I need 6s.
There you go.
And I got 3 6s.
Okay, I'm toughness 4.
These are strength 3, I believe.
Yep.
So I need 5s and 6s. 5s or 6s. 2 wounds.
Okay, and then I have a 3-up armor save, so let's see if it gets through. Okay, we managed to block both.
Sad face. But they're Ironbreakers, so what'd you expect? He's out.
Either the Longbeards or the Slayers will be excellent targets at this point.
Okay. So I'm counting 15 shots on the Slayers.
Okay. Yeah, it looks about right.
Yep. 15 shots. Once again, needing 6s because I moved and am at long range. 2 wounds.
He means hits. Roll a wound.
Alright. Two wounds.
Alright, 2 Slayers go down.
Okay, now for the Doom Dagger. I'll position it right there. Artillery. 4. That way. Ooh.
Roll a d6 to correct.
Haha!
Okay, so you hit.
Yes, dead on. So I roll d6. Only 2. Sad
Okay,
face.
you need 3s.
And wound.
Okay, 1 dead
Another
Slayer.
Slayer.
See, he'd be much better off shooting that at targets that have high armor.
That is it for my turn, sir.
Because Doom Divers actually don't allow armor, so if he fired at the Ironbreakers,
Your turn?
he would be slaughtering them. Okay. I have no charges to declare yet. Regular movement. My Ironbreakers are going to reform slightly to face oncoming opponents. Slayers will hold. Longbeards will hold. Yep, everyone else is pretty good. My Gyrocopter is going to fly his way over to here. And that will be my turn, though I need to check something real quick, my rulebook. Let's make sure. Go with this. Okay, so got that. However, we are not a skirmisher, so we cannot march and shoot. So we're not going to be able to shoot this turn, unfortunately. But we're in position, and that's good enough for me. At least for the moment. Okay, we are on to shooting. Going to start with the cannon.
Were you checking the bomb drop?
I was checking to see if I could march and shoot with my gyrocopter, which I cannot. So we're just going to chill out right there this turn.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be taking aim at the Arachnarok spider with my cannon.
Of course. Question. Is your organ gun not blocking that shot?
That's a good point. My organ gun is blocking that shot. So, with that in mind, I guess we'll aim at Azhag instead.
Well, I would not mind you shooting your own organ gun. I don't think that's allowed.
It would be a bit of a betrayal and get some names thrown in the Book of Grudges, wouldn't it?
Indeed. Doubly so, because they did this while fighting Greenskins.
Maybe they're sympathetic to Greenskins.
Then they aren't much dwarves. Much of dwarves, are they?
No, I guess they really wouldn't be. Alright, so we're going to aim this at about 150 degrees. Looks like that's about right. We're going to be aiming on the right side of the ruler. Five inches from. Let's see if we can take out Azhag early on. First shot. 8 inches. So that'll hit him.
Sad face.
We don't need to worry about the bounce because there's nothing to bounce into. I'm going to roll. Since it's a template weapon, being a cannon, it hits both Azhag and Skullmuncha. So I'm going to begin with Azhag. I need a 2 to wound him. I do not wound Azhag. It's cannonball. And Skullmuncha does take a wound. I do not believe Skullmunch has any sort of ward save.
He does not.
Okay. Actually, I believe Skullmunch is a she. I'd have to double check it though. And then it does d6 wounds because it's a cannon. 5 wounds. That's probably enough to kill Skullmuncha.
I'm fairly certain it is. Is super sad face? Yes, it is exactly enough to kill Skullmuncha.
Okay, so Skullmuncha dies, but Azhag survives and will redeploy right in the position where the other one died. And that will cause a panic check for the Doom Diver, though they, of course, will be using Azhag's leadership. So that was a pretty good salvo.
Since I can't find an appropriate model.
That'll work.
So we should check, and they're fine.
Okay. Next is the Grudge Thrower, which this time we're going to aim at the Arachnarok spider.
How many wounds does that thing have left?
1.
Okay.
Artillery shot. 2 inches, the direction, is that away. And of course, because I have the Rune of Accuracy, I can re-roll it, so I'm going to. Direct hit.
Sad face.
So, strength 9, it needs a 2 to wound. Oh, it doesn't.
Yay!
The rock smacks the spider and bounces off.
The spider is rather annoyed.
Alright, the organ gun is next. We're going to keep firing into those savage orcs. Actually, we're going to start firing into the biggins. They're probably more of a threat, honestly. Alright, we're plenty good in range. 2 artillery shots.
The hell.
Okay, so I rolled misfire. So, I get to reroll because I have the Rune of Forging. 10, and second shot, 8. Pretty good salvo.
Yes.
18
Much
shots.
to my annoyance.
Needing 4s to hit. 3, 6, 10 hits. Needing 3s to kill. 3, 6 orcs go down.
Ouch.
Now, so far it looks like I'm...
Why can't be... yeah, I hope my Empire artillery rolls like that in our next game.
Hopefully.
That would make me a very happy face.
I'm going to go ahead and mute him here for a second. Of that, so far it looks like I'm winning pretty handedly, but his army is going to have a huge advantage when they engage mine in melee, so I have to kill as much as I can so that when he gets to me, these 3 units, being my only melee units, can hold off all of this army. So let's see if we can pull that off. Alright, so I gotta do my Thunderers. The unit on the right we're going to fire at the giant. Everyone's in range. So 11 normal guys firing into the giant. We need 5s to hit, because long range. 1 hit. And let's see if the Master Engineer hits. He needs a 4. Nope. So 1 hit. Your toughness 5, I believe.
5.
Okay,
yes.
So I need 5s to wound. No wound. Alright, and then the next group of Thunderers, we are going to shoot at... I guess we'll shoot at the biggins still. 12 shots. Needing 5s, 2 hits. 2 wounds.
Alright. I do not get any armor save because they have a 5 up, I believe.
Yes, and strength 4 armor piercing.
Yep.
That will be enough for the Orc Boy Biggins to require a panic check.
Yeah. And they have leadership of... Actually, no, they use the Shaman's leadership, don't they?
Well, whichever's higher.
No, they're the same at a 7. Never mind. No, they're fine.
Alright. It is now your turn.
In typical orc fashion, they just assume, that guy wasn't lucky. Okay. Now let's see if I have charges.
Take the Troll Stupidity check first. Right. You moved Azhag too far away.
No, they are stupid.
Reroll.
Indeed. Aha! They aren't stupid.
They passed. You better charge with them while you can.
Yeah, I know. They're going to charge into the Iron Breakers.
Okay, we will stand.
Yep. My Ragnarok is going to charge the Thunderers.
Okay, I need a terror check, first and foremost.
Yep.
We're fine, and our reaction is to stand and shoot, so we're going to go ahead and resolve it. So I get 11 shots with my regular Thunderers, needing... let's see, how far away are you?
Oh, I should have... Never mind. I just had a brilliant thought. Except it's too late.
You sure?
I should charge with my giant first to force the stand and shoot reaction out of you. On the giant.
If it makes you feel better, I would have waited for the Ragnarok.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So the front rank's at half range, so I have to roll them separately. So this is the back rank. They need 6s to hit. Or actually, no, they only need 5s. Because I have dwarf crafted weapons, which means I do not take a penalty for stand and shoot.
Indeed.
So the back rank needs 5s. 1 hit. The front rank, regular guys, need 4s. That's a total of 4 hits so far. And then the Master Engineer needs a 3. Okay, so 5 hits. Your toughness 6, I believe?
Yes, I am toughness 6.
Okay, so we need 6s to wound. 1 wound minus 2 to your armor save.
It has a 6 up then. That is a very good armor save for a monster. It doesn't help it.
Okay, so 1 wound down.
Yep. It has 7 more to go.
Oh, goodness.
Alright. Next, my giant's gonna also charge those Thunderers.
Okay, terror check.
Yep.
Ooh, we might not be okay. So first, I'm going to check how far away Ungrim is. Okay, Ungrim's too far away. My BSB's too far away. And then double checking my leadership value. Ironbreakers, Slayers, Thunderers. Okay, yep, we are going to panic. And we will run directly away from the giant.
Okay. I kind of didn't want them to fail that, but I won't complain.
And they will go 2d6. 7 inches, not a bad roll.
I'm going to elect to not pursue with the Ragnarok. Or redirect with the Ragnarok.
Okay, so take a leadership check.
Yep. That is not a pass.
How far away is he from Azhag?
It's a 10 anyways, and Azhag's only leadership 9.
You rolled a 9, Val.
Oh, I did. Never mind, so that does pass.
Okay, and what are you redirecting into? The Longbeards?
Yes.
Okay, they're immune to psych, and they will stand.
Okay. This is why I'm not a math major. Okay, so the giant, however, has to pursue, even though there is... you need quite the roll on a maximum of 12 to catch those guys.
Yeah, it's probably not actually possible. Any other charges?
I don't think Azhag is allowed to charge the gyrocopter.
No, because he's still technically facing to the right. He's not allowed to change his facing upon Skullmunch's death.
Yep. So he's just only forward 6 inches. And then...
before you finish rolling, go ahead and check your animosity checks, because there may be some forced charges.
Correct. So starting with the Night Goblins, they're fine. The Biggins, they are not fine. We'll come to them in a second. Savage Orcs, not fine. Night Goblins are not fine.
Oh, goodness. Everybody's ready to fight. It took too long. They're ready to fight now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, check Azhag's get on with it rule.
Oh, yeah. He has a range of 12, so the Night Goblins and the Savage Orcs have to reroll. Savage Orcs are fine. The Night Goblins are still not fine.
Okay. Goodness.
Okay.
And before we roll the Savage Orcs out, they are in feasible charge range, so they require a frenzy check.
That is true.
Okay, but they are within 12 of Azhag, so they are okay.
Okay. Wait. Do that distance again for them against the Slayers.
You got it?
Yep. Yeah, no, I don't want them trying to make that charge.
Okay, so we need to resolve some animosity checks.
The Droids of Flying Orcs and Goblins.
So start with the Night Goblins on the left.
Yep. No, it's the Biggins.
Right, the Night Goblins on the left passed. That's correct.
They were the only ones that passed. So they got a 2, which is Squabble. Is that this?
So it must declare a charge against the nearest enemy unit, which I believe is the Slayers.
Yep.
But probably I'll go ahead and double check this. So the Slayers are roughly 14 inches away, and the Iron Breakers are about 15 inches away. So yeah, they have to charge the Slayers.
And so do the Night Goblins.
The Night Goblins, let's see, they're about 15 from the Longbeards, and they are about 14. Yep.
50?
So yeah, it's going to be a double charge on the Slayers.
Lovely.
Okay, so a lot of charges. Which one do you want to resolve?
Let's go with the Night Goblins first, because if they get within 6, this gets hilarious.
Right, because good old Fanatics. Oh,
yep.
wait. Actually, you have to throw Fanatics out when my gyrocopter moves close.
Oh, I do.
We have to... My gyrocopter actually would have been forced to stop 8 inches away. Is it 8 inches or 6 inches?
I believe it's 6, but let me double check.
That I can raise him. Fanatics. Hide units. Nope. Release the Fanatics.
Release the Fanatics. With 8 inches.
I beat him.
Of the enemy or vice versa. So, yeah.
Okay, so, okay.
So I roll direction die. Oh, actually, no, I roll 2d6, correct? For the movement?
Yes. You throw it 2d6 inches.
Yep. Oh, so that guy just goes, where did that guy go? Here. So from the 8 to the 3. It's from on that side, for reference. The guy, he goes 8. So he hits the gyrocopter.
Yep, he will hit the gyrocopter and then pop through it on the other side.
Yep. And he does how many hits? 2d6?
I believe it is d6.
Okay. Let me just double check this right quick because these guys are pretty complicated rules.
D6, strength 5, armor piercing.
Yep. He has 4.
Okay, and I am toughness 5, so you need 4 to wound.
1 wound. Sad face.
Okay. And strength 5 armor piercing does not let me have an armor save. And be sure you put him 1 inch beyond me.
Right. Oh, and for extra hilarity, since they would have been released last turn, they get to move again.
True. For the sake of fixing last turn, I'm going to go ahead and finish putting my gyrocopter back where he would have been.
And then he would run over the fanatic, wouldn't you?
No, because I'm a flying unit.
Oh, right. That's
so I'm just going to leave him where he ended up last turn.
Now I have to solve the random movement for these fanatics.
Good thing we went back in time.
Yep. 2d6 that direction for this guy right next to the gyrocopter.
Better than at me.
He goes 7. The joy of playing with and against Greenskins is you have no idea what's going on, and the Greenskin player has the least idea of what's about to happen. He goes rolling off like an island in that direction. Oh, hit. I think he strangles himself, doesn't he?
No. You ignore the hit and go in the indicated direction.
Oh, okay. He goes 6.
Well, this is getting...
Yeah, that was close. They almost ran into each other. Okay, fast forwarding back in time.
Right.
To the charges.
Okay, so which charger are you starting with?
Let's do the big ends first, then.
Okay. So the big ends are about 14 inches away. Yeah?
Yeah. They have movement of 4. So they need an 8. And they get a 10, so they're in.
They needed a 10, but yes.
14 right now. Once again, I'm not a math major. Which makes thankfully makes the Night Goblins an automatic failed charge.
Not necessarily, actually.
Oh, because of the animosity rules?
Well, it's a simultaneous charge, so you're allowed to send in your charging unit how you wish. You can forcefully block them, if that is your wish. That is certainly possible. Okay, so just make sure that your left flank lines up with my left flank, so that your guys stick out on the right. That way, the Night Goblins cannot clip corner to corner. That is a legal charge. So now the Night Goblins roll 2d6 inches, but they only go the highest of what they roll, because that's an impossible charge.
4 inches.
Okay, so they will go 4 inches towards the Slayers.
Yes. And because of this, they cannot fire this turn, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now then, on to the charges I did declare and plan. My trolls, who need a movement of 6.
Looks like another 14.
Yep, so they need a 8.
Okay.
Ah.
Ooh, you're rolling good.
Indeed.
Alright, so we've got some interesting fights coming on now. So just so you know, my Iron Breakers are at 202 degrees, so you'll be the counter to that.
Yeah, 202 minus... Okay, that's it. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, and who's next? The Arachnarok?
Yep.
You already moved the giant, so we don't have to worry about him.
The Arachnarok. I don't think that makes it.
Let's see. So that would be a total of 13. Nope, he's in.
Oh, okay.
Big movement. Wait, hold on. Plus 5.
He's moving at 7.
It's still in, because that gets you to 12.
Okay. So is this is a frontal charge, correct?
Yes. Alright, lots of craziness going on.
Okay.
Got a proper
that was certainly, shall we say, eventful. Now to my normal movement. Azhag's going to turn around, so he's facing the gyrocopter.
You going to move him any, or are you just going to leave him? Because remember, you need that general.
True. So he has a movement of 4. So I'm going to march him over here.
You cannot reform and march.
Oh, right. Well, he's a single model, so does he have infinite reforms?
No. That's only for monsters.
Okay. It's 4. Now my Sabbath Orcs.
I think technically he's not allowed to move until reform, but I'll let him have that.
Where to go with them?
Will be nice.
They're going to, since they have a musician, take a fast reform. Ouch, but they get to reroll.
Right, because we're in total
there we
PSP.
Go. Move like this.
Okay, so it looks like he's going to try and reinforce that flank.
And move 4.
Which I think is a good idea. Actually, I probably would have just moved them straight forward, because I bet the
and my big boss going to steer forward.
But they will weaken my Slayers in the process.
What is his movement, anyways?
Probably a 7. Yeah, it's 7.
No. I just got distracted because I noticed in my list of things he is hatred dwarves, and I'm like, which of my units hates dwarves? Turns out it's the night goblins.
Yeah, night goblins are the only unit that hates dwarves.
I was getting excited there for a second, like, wait a minute, I might have an advantage, and then I realized, nope, it's just the night goblins. We're kind of meh in combat. Okay.
Thankfully, my entire army
now
his entire
to
army.
the magic phase. 2d6. 8. Azhag, nope. Shaman, nope. So it is 8 to your 5. My shaman is going to cast something for the first time this game.
Be sure to read your lore attribute, by the way.
Yes, that was what I was about to call. Oh wait, he's going to cast Fists of Gork on himself with 3 dice.
You make sure that doesn't go off.
That goes off with a 9 and an 11.
Okay, I will throw 3 to stop. And I stop it because I got an 11. And I have the Master of Novalia, so I get +4 to my dispel attempts.
Ouch. Is that including the dwarfs that already...
Yes.
Okay. Sad face. That would have made him very effective in melee. Now then, on to Azhag's. He's going to cast... I have 5 left to your 2. I'm going to cast Spirit Leech with 3 dice. Yes. Actually. Yeah. I'm going to cast it with 3 dice on the gyrocopter. That does go off.
Okay, I will throw my last 2 to stop it. And we stop it. Just barely.
11 against...
You get +3, I get +4.
Right, okay. And with my last 2 dice, I'm going to try and cast Here We Go with my Shaman. It goes off.
Okay, I've got nothing left to dispel with.
So all my orc shamans, not orc shamans, orcs, they're just orcs. All orc units of any kind that are in range of the 2d6 reroll hits to hit rolls.
Okay,
so 2d6. That just, well, it would affect my 7 orcs, but they're not in combat. So my biggins have this reroll their to hit rolls.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, now on to shooting. My Doom Dagger is going to take aim at that organ gun. No, actually he's going to take the grudge thrower. So direct artillery. Oh boy.
Okay, roll the misfire.
Yep. Oh boy.
6 isn't too bad, I don't think. Actually, that one might be one of the weird ones. Oh, wild shot. Fire D6 times 10 in a random direction.
Okay. That direction.
He'll miss everything, so you don't need to roll it.
Okay, well, that was certainly interesting. Now on to shooting. The rest of my shooting. Nothing's in range. Okay, so your turn. Actually, no, on to combat. First time on to combat.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
Okay.
All right, there are 3 fights. Pick which one you want to do first.
Let's start with the trolls against the Ironbreakers.
Okay, let me double check if I need a fear check.
I would be very surprised if they weren't immune to psychology.
Well, they're not, so be surprised.
Oh, well,
All right,
I am
so
surprised.
I need a 9. We're okay.
That I am not surprised by. I do believe that you are faster than my trolls.
Well, we are initiative 2. And
I'm initiative 1.
Okay, so yes, we are indeed faster. So the Thane goes first. He has 3 attacks. Weapon skill 6. He'll need 3s to hit, and he is strength 5. So let's go ahead and get him started. 3 attacks. He needs 3s to hit. All 3 hit. His strength 5. Your toughness 4, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so he'll need 3s to wound. All right, he gets 2 wounds, and you get your 4-up regeneration save.
Yep.
And all this comes down to is the dice. Trolls can be invincible.
Ah.
All right, and then my Iron Breakers. I get 4 in the front rank, plus the champion is 5, and then 5 from the supporting rank. So that's
What
10
weapon
attacks.
skill are they?
They're weapon skill 5, I believe.
I'm weapon skill 3, okay.
Let's see. Yes, we are weapon skill 5. All right, so we need 3s to hit. Okay, I get to reroll 5 for hatred. All right, so we hit with all but 1.
Ouch.
And then we need 4s, because we're strength 4. All right, I do 5 wounds. You get your 4-up regen.
5, you said?
Yes.
1 troll down drops.
Okay, so now you have a choice. You can either vomit on us, or you can swing at us normally.
Well, let's see here. Let's do the math, which so far I've been terrible at. But okay, I'm weapon skill 3, so when I swing against you, I need 5s.
4s.
4s, right? I need 4s to hit, and I am strength 5, which is the same strength as if I did wellness, but I have 3 attacks each as opposed to 1 auto hit. So I have a potential of, well, on average, I have 12 hits, 12 attacks between the 3 of them, and a lot of averages say half should hit, so I'm going to swing normally. That's because if I vomit, I only get 3 hits.
Okay, do keep in mind that I have a 5-up parry save if you decide to swing normally.
I do believe you get that if I vomit. So.
No, not against vomit.
It just says it ignores armor saves, so I do believe, since that counts as a ward save, I do believe you get it.
We'll discuss it later. In any event, go ahead.
I hit with 7, actually.
5 miss. And you need 3s to wound me.
Yep. 6 wounds.
Alright. Alright.
Go down averages.
3-up armor save. Minus 2 goes up to a 5-up. I save 3 of them. And then a 5-up parry save. I save another 2. So 1 drops. And now you get 3 stomps at strength 5.
Two wounds.
Okay, we get a 5-up armor. Save 1, and there's no parry allowed against stops. So I lose 2 guys. So I did 1 more wound than you.
And I charged.
And you charged. So that cancels out. And then I have a BSB, a banner, and 2 ranks. Now normally that wouldn't be a huge deal, but because you're trolls and your general's not nearby, you'll need double ones.
Indeed. And no, they break.
Okay, we will pursue.
So I roll 2d6.
Yep.
And I go 5. Oh boy.
We go 7. So we catch the trolls and slaughter them.
Sad face.
And before I move, your BSB is within 8 inches, so I believe he needs a panic check.
Is it 8 or is it 6?
Might be 6. I don't remember off the top of my head.
To the big red book.
This is the normal part of Warhammer, it's nearly impossible to remember all the rules, despite the fact typically I'm pretty good at it, so you have to go through the rule books constantly to search through them to find the answer. I apologize for yawning so much. Alright, so he's fine.
Yep.
Alright, which fight next?
Let's do the Ragnarok. Hopefully this will go better for me.
Okay, I have great weapons, so everything you have goes first. Let me take... Oh, wait, I'm immune to psych. Alright, so have at it.
Let's see, how many attacks does it have? It has 8 attacks. Wow.
Why don't you go ahead and start with the goblins mounted?
Yeah. The goblins also have 8 attacks because there's 8 of them. They are weapon skill 2, so I need 5s.
Correct, I am weapon skill 5.
Yeah, they're goblins. They're not good for much anyways. I get 4 hits. I should...
Okay. Toughness 4. Do you have spears?
Yes, I do believe I do.
Okay. So you will be strength 4, so you need 4s.
Yep.
Let's double check. You can never be too safe.
3 wounds.
They do, in fact, have spears. Alright,
3 wounds.
3 wounds, so that's -1 to my armor save, so I'm down to a 6 up. Alright, so 3 fail.
Go gobos. 8 attacks from the Ragnarok.
We may well lose this right flank here.
It is weapon skill 3, though, so it needs... No, it's weapon skill 4.
Yeah,
wow.
Still needs 4s.
Yep. Ah, sad face.
Check if it has poison attacks.
Yes it does. So that's 1 automatic.
Okay. So, 1 of my guys will auto die.
And 1 weapon skill... It's strength 5.
Yep, so you need 3 to wound.
Yep.
Alright, another one goes down. Alright, now...
And I get a Thunderstomp.
Right,
at
which
the
goes
same...
simultaneously, so go ahead and resolve your Thunderstomp.
Yep. So D6, correct?
Yep. Oof.
Ouch.
Okay, you need 3s.
It's 3 more.
Alright, not a bad showing. Let's see if we can kill that son of a gun.
Go, spider.
Alright, so we get 11 attacks, because I've got 10 guys between the front rank and the supporting rank, and then +1 for the champ. We need 3s to hit. Ooh, only 2 misses. Which we get to reroll, because we have hatred of all greenskins. So we have 1 miss total. 10 attacks.
Ow.
And we are strength... let's double check here. Strength 4. So we are strength 6 with great weapons. So we need...
I'm toughness 6.
So we need 4s. We do 2 wounds at strength 6 -3 to his armor.
It takes 2 wounds.
Alright. So you definitely came out top, but because I have more than 1 rank, I am steadfast.
Indeed.
So
it has 5 wounds remaining.
Alright, we pass our leadership check.
Okay. Because... Oh yeah, leadership 8. Right.
Alright, on to the final fight.
Yep.
Alright, Ungrim Iron Fist, I believe, goes
Indeed.
first.
He's initiative 4, correct?
He's initiative 5.
Oh, 5, right. Well, my guys are initiative 2, so yes, he does go first.
Okay, and the Slayers...
Actually, my biggins... Oh, wait, yeah, I was looking at the attack stat. Nope, they're initiative 2 as well.
Okay, and my Slayers are also initiative 2, so they'll strike simultaneously. So, Ungrim Iron Fist has 4 attacks, and I'm going to aim all of them at the Orc Shaman.
Are you issuing a challenge, or no?
No, I'm simply issuing my attacks at him.
Okay.
Alright, I need 3s to hit him. 3 misses, but I have hatred. All 3 hit, or all 4 hit, rather. And then it's strength 6, I believe.
Yep, because of his axe.
I get 2 killing blows.
That is 1 dead shaman.
Okay, but he only counts for 2 wounds for combat res.
No, yeah, because of... Actually, no, he counts for more because of overkill.
No, that would have to be in the challenge.
Oh, right.
And we're not in the challenge, so... All right.
Should
Then
declare that
it's a
challenge.
slugfest between the remainder units. If it's okay with you, I would like to do my Slayers first.
That's fine because, well, how about we do mine first because you get death blow for everyone I wound.
Let me double check. I might not get death blows because we strike simultaneously. Let's see.
Because if we do, I should probably go first because that way you get all those death blows plus your attacks in one go. Saves time.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so I will get my death blows. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I get, because they fill in,
We're going to go additional
I get
weapons,
10 attacks.
for anyone wondering.
They have swords and shields, so I do not get addition. I have just flat out 11 attacks. Well, 10 for the guys and 9 for the guys and 2 for the champion. So.
Okay, and we are weapon skill 4.
And my guys are weapon skill 4 as well. That's actually impressive. I'm also I'm strength 5 on the charge because of Choppa.
Correct. So you'll need 3s to kill my guys.
So I got how many attacks? How many wounds? Or hits?
Let's see.
7 wounds? 7 hits. I need 3s to wound.
Okay.
5 wounds.
Alright, so 5 dwarves will drop.
That gives you every single slayer.
Yep.
Okay. To attack.
My attack's back. So I'll essentially get 14 attacks. Well, actually, I'll get I will get 18 attacks because we're going additional hand weapon.
Okay.
So the front rank got 2 attacks each. They have 1 attack normally. Just double checking. Yep. All right. We need 4s to hit. We miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but we get to reroll, of course. Which gives us 3 more. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8,
12.
9, 11. Or no, you're right, 12. And then normally we would need 5s to wound, but because we are slayers, we always need 4s at the worst. So we need 4s to wound. So we do 4 wounds, but you do get your regular armor save.
Okay. Which is, I believe, a 5. Oh, yep. 4 wounds, you said?
Yep.
2 saved, and now for my parry. Nope. So only 2 drop.
Okay.
Which means it's.
You will win combat.
Oh yeah, because I charged.
Yeah, but awesome. I'm unbreakable, so we don't care.
Indeed.
Alright, okay. I believe it is my turn now.
Yes.
Alright, charges. My Iron Breakers, although it will be dangerous, will charge the Night Goblins.
Okay. I'm going to stand and shoot, actually.
Okay.
And I get all my attacks, so all 20.
Yep. We are at long range, because you have a range of 18 inches, and it's a charging enemy, so you'll be at -2.
So 6s.
Goodness.
And I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6s.
Okay, you need 5s to wound.
That was an impressive volley, Gallows. 1 wound.
Oh, it kills an Ironbreaker. Got shot through his.
He must have been taking a drink.
Yep, and then my gyrocopter is going to. No, we're not going to charge them. That will be it for charges. Okay, so first I'm going to measure the charge range here. So it's 10 inches. So I will make it, but as soon as I get within 6, we all know what happens. Or 8, you're right. So 8 inches, I'll go ahead and put that there. Move my guys here as they come on in. Actually, we'll leave them facing that original direction. Let's see, what was 207. I'm going to move them forward like this. That way we can wheel if we have to when those flags come out. So we're going to go until we get to 8 inches away. Okay, release the Fanatics.
Yep, so this guy actually puts them, because of your whaling, into your unit.
Okay.
So he pops out the other side.
Okay, do D6.
D6. 6 hits.
Oof, need 3s.
Ow. Only 2.
Well, that was lucky for me. Alright, strength 5 armor piercing, -3, I get a 6 up armor. Nope, 2 more go down. And the other one?
He goes 5.
Okay.
So does the charge stop you just stop dead, or do you keep going?
No, I can complete my charge. Because what we're going to do is I have not wheeled yet, so we're going to move forward. And then we're going to wheel like this. Going to 180, and then we're going to move forward and engage.
Fair enough.
Alright, though, just to be safe, okay, we did pass any potential panic check there. I did not count how many dwarves died in that. Alright, regular.
Okay, a total of 3.
Yeah, well, better safe than sorry. I'm going to attempt a rally check on my Thunderers. Oh, goodness, nope, we are not rallying. And we are still... Well, it wouldn't matter if we were in range of Ungrim, actually. So we're going to run 5 inches.
Is it still from the giant or the nearest enemy?
No, they just keep going forwards.
Okay.
You, whenever a unit starts fleeing, you never worry about anything else. And I believe that'll take them off the table.
Awesome.
7 to 12, yep. So you get some free points there.
Yay.
Cowardly dwarves. Their names will go down the Book of Grudges forever. Shame on their hold.
Considering I totally lost my trolls, I will gladly take that.
And so regular movement. I'm going to move my gyrocopter right here.
Stop running away from Azhag.
No.
I have to picture like him just chasing at it, waving his choppas.
No one else is going to move, so let's go on to shooting. I'm going to start with the Thunderers. We're going to open fire on the BSB.
Okay.
He is in half range of, it looks like, the front rank. Yep. So the front rank is going to need, actually probably more than the front rank, but I'm just going to worry about the front. 6 needing 4s to hit. Oh, wow, 5 hits. And the back 6
Ow.
5s. 2 more, so that's 7 hits.
Ow.
What is the highest toughness between him and the gigantic spider?
2. But no, it's 4.
4? Okay, so it needs 4 wound.
They actually have the same toughness.
Wow. 5 wounds, minus 2 to his armor save.
So he gets a 4 up. Okay, he saves 2, but since he has the Armor of Destiny, he gets a 4 up reward as well.
Correct?
Ow.
Oh, man. He's
still dead. Bye-bye.
Good shot, boys. Good shot. You made up for your the other clan, who's definitely going down in the Book of Grudges. That cowardice. Ran away from a giant. Alright, next we're going to do the gyrocopter, who's going to unleash his steam gun.
Lovely. I've never actually seen this used, so I'm going to watch with fascination as my night goblins get steamed to death.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. So I use it from the end of the gun. Which
you get every single one of them.
Yep. Which is, how many are left?
17.
Okay. And the steam gun is strength 3 armor piercing. So I need, what's your toughness? 3?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so we need force to kill.
I'm surprised. I thought goblins were 2.
No. Okay, we kill 6 goblins, which is enough for a panic.
Ow.
But they are within 12 of dear Azhag.
He's just trucking along. You know, I seem to recall a promise made before this match that you wouldn't try and snipe my general.
Well, that was before you started being so goofy. Okay, In my defense, if Azhag could just run into combat on turn 1 or turn 2, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
I was more interested in your trolls. Let's see. They shot. Okay, the cannon will aim for the Doom Diver.
The cannon's range is like 60 inches, isn't it?
At least. I believe it's actually higher than that.
So, at any point, it can place on the map, it can shoot at any other point.
Pretty much.
Fair enough.
These cannons are broken, kids. They are super broken. But, I mean, I'm sure some of you have noticed that a Ragnarok spider is no pushover. It's really some armies like the Dwarves' only defense against it, actually. Let's try more like 162. Nope, 160? Okay. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, firing along the left side of the ruler.
Okay.
Try a smaller symbol. 5 inches away. First shot.
That's 7 inches.
Oh, you are correct. Whoops. So 5 inches away. So 4 shots for 4 inches for the initial shot, and then so it will bounce through the Doom Diver.
That's strength 10.
D6 doesn't wound it. We are shooting cannonballs. We're shooting cotton balls.
Yep.
All right. The Grudge Thrower will aim at the giant.
Okay.
Artillery die. Misfire. I get to reroll.
Set face.
8 inches direction. Direct hit.
Damn.
Strength 9 needs choose to wound. We do wound it, and D6 wounds. 3 wounds, so he's still alive.
3 wounds left, I believe.
Yes. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Probably.
See the book. He has 6 wounds, so yeah, 3 wounds left.
Okay. The organ gun is going to fire on the Savage Orcs. I am now in short range. 2 artillery die. 10 shots. And we need 3s to hit. Let's see. Good
6.
thing, too.
5s.
And then 3s to wound. We do 4 wounds. You get your 6 aboard save.
1 survives. One survived that volley.
Okay. So that's the end of the back rank.
Yep.
Alright, and then it is your turn, so...
Combat.
Right, combat. I forgot too. Alright, I would like to start with the... let's go ahead and get the Ragnarok spider out of the way.
Okay.
Your first...
First, the 8 gobos. Gobos. I keep saying it differently every time I say it. They have weapon skill of 3, I believe.
Probably 2.
2, yes.
They'll need 5s to hit, so 4 hits.
So 4 hits.
And then they'll need 5s to wound, because their spears no longer give them +1.
2 wounds.
Okay. We saved neither, so 2 more doors go down.
Go gobos.
And the Ragnarok?
Wow, it hits with 4?
Yeah.
Yep. That's good.
Strength 5.
1 wound, I believe.
So 1 did work.
And Thunderstomp.
Yep, go ahead.
4 hits. 3 more?
Okay, so 3 more will go down, but I get those 3 in attacks. So I'll get, 9, so 10 attacks. Needing 3s to hit. I do get, no, I do not get to reroll for hatred anymore, so that's 5. And then we need 4s to wound. We do 3 more wounds, minus 3 to your armor save.
That leaves me with... It was -2 last turn, wasn't it?
Minus 3, because there's strength 6.
Right. That leaves it without an armor save.
Okay,
actually.
so it is 1 wound, 2 wounds away from
2 wounds away.
We're wearing it down.
Yep. But I win combat.
Yes. So you killed 6 dwarves. I did 3 wounds, so I'm down by 3, but I have a banner, so I'm down by 2. Alright.
And do you not get steadfast anymore because of?
No. Regardless, I passed my leadership check.
Oh, steadfast.
Alright, let's do the Slayers next.
Okay.
First among them is Ungrim Iron Fist.
The Slayer King himself.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. So I get 4 attacks, needing 3s to hit, all hit, and 2s to kill. Well, you will get a parry. So one guy just dies from killing blow, no parry allowed, and then you take 3 wounds, but you do get your parry.
Nope. There goes that back rank. Okay.
And one more.
Oh yeah, 4 hits.
Yeah.
Note how you got the same roll twice in a row.
Yeah, it's a tad bit confusing, isn't it?
Yep.
All right.
So I get 10 attacks.
Yep. Have at it. Need 4s to hit.
I get 6 hits.
Okay, and then you're only strength 4 now, so you need 4s to wound.
3 wounds.
Okay, so 3 doors go down. Oh, that Doom Diver's in the way. Okay, so I'll get those 3 plus everyone else. So the front rank gets 8 attacks, and then the back rank was 1, 2, 3.
Don't I get a parry save on the guy that got a killing blow because parry is a ward?
No, killing blow specifically negates parry saves.
Okay. Oh right, yeah.
Alright, so 8 from the front rank, and since we would have gone simul, I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you would have gotten all the models
so I'll get 13. I'll get 13. Or no, not 13.
Hey, there's my Doom Diver.
Yeah, there he is. Okay, good. So I can move that guy back over. Alright, so that's, let's see. That would have been 10, 14, 17 swings. Okay. 17 swings, needing 4s to hit. 6 hits. Needing 4s to wound. We do 3 wounds, you get your regular saves.
They 5 up, I believe. Let me double check that real quick.
Yeah, it's a 5 up.
Yep. 3 hits? Wounds?
Yeah, 3 wounds.
1 saved. Nope, so 1 saved. So he goes down. And you win combat.
Yes, I lost 3.
My 6.
Okay, so you're down by 3. You have a banner, but so do I. And that's it. So you lose by 3.
Yep, so they need a 4. Nope, they break.
Okay, and we will pursue.
Okay. Whoa, they are legging it.
And we're legging it harder.
So they get broken, but they run smack dab into the Savage Orc.
Yep, we're going into Savage Orc City.
Indeed, but do my Savage Orcs get a panic check for them running through?
They're immune to psych.
Oh, right.
Because they're frenzied.
Yep. Because EA being crazy.
Ooh, that's gonna be
okay, but since that unit was not engaged, that's a combat for another day.
Correct, that's next turn. Next is the Ironbreaker versus the Night Goblins.
This will go brilliantly for my goblins, I can just see it.
We're initiative 2 and 3, so you're probably faster than us.
Yeah, I'm initiative 3, actually. Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and take your turn.
Okay, so I get very few of my goblins, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 5, plus the back rank.
Yep.
Well, they don't have any generals, so I just get the 10. Or, not generals, champions.
Okay, you'll need 5s to hit, because your weapon skill 2.
4 hits.
But you're Night Goblins, so you get to reroll your misses.
Yep. Aha! 6 hits.
Okay, and then toughness 4.
Nothing.
Okay. So I'll start with my Thane. He gets 3 attacks. He needs 3s to hit. He gets to reroll for hatred. So 2 hits, and he'll need 2s to kill. 2 goblins die.
Really wish I had more goblins.
That's I think that's a thing that most orc players say quite frequently. 10 attacks from the Iron Strikers.
That my goblins are labeled in French, by the way.
Yes, I see that. Need 3s to hit. 1 miss. Get to reroll for hatred. Still misses. So 9 hits. We get +1 strength when we charge, because we're dwarves. So we're strength 5, so we need 2s to kill.
That is goblins. 1 dead unit. Because there was only 8. No. 9, never mind. That is, well, I'm going to need double ones to stay, so.
Yes, that definitely seems to be the case.
I lost 11 total?
No. You lost, maybe. I don't remember now.
I lost 9 to them.
Oh, yes, you lost 11 total. Yeah. That's right.
Let's see if they have insane courage. No, the shrooms are not that powerful, so they're going to break and run.
We will pursue.
They leg it.
Oh yeah, you are getting away, big time.
They super leg it. And whoop.
Okay, and we will be going 6. Alright, and that is all the combat, so it is your turn.
Indeed. I'm going to try and rally my Night Goblins, or Gob de la Nuit, as they would be pronounced, as labeled. That is not a rally.
Okay, so they'll keep
they have a leadership of 5, so yeah, they
yeah.
Keep running.
They're gone.
Yep.
Alright, take an animosity check for the Night Goblins who are not engaged.
Indeed.
Okay, fine. Alright, and any charges?
Now for... Yes, the giant is going to charge those Longbeards.
Okay, anything else?
And... You know what? Azhag's going to try and charge the gyrocopter.
Okay. Let's see, how far away are you from me? You're about 11 inches?
Yep.
So you would need a 7? Ooh, that's pretty risky. I'd really like to stay here, though. Now we're going to flee, just to be safe.
Sad face.
I have Swift Stride, so I get 3d6 minus the lowest. Okay. we are out of here.
Yeah.
Forget you.
You almost... It's kind of bad that you rolled so high. You almost disrupted the charge from the giant.
That was the hope. It would have been nice if I had fled and right in his way so he couldn't get to the Longbeards. Speaking of the giant, he is 12 inches away, so he needs to roll a 6.
He gets in.
Okay, so he'll get in on their flank. And Azhag needs to make his failed charge roll.
Yep. Let me fix the giant's facing. Nothing like getting it 2 degrees off. Okay, Azhag's roll. Oh wow, he would have made it.
Good thing I flooded it.
Sad face.
So I'll go 6 inches.
Yep.
Alright, and then the only thing left to move are your Fanatics and your Night Goblins.
Can I reform my Savage Orcs to 5 wide?
No. You have to wait until combat phase.
Well, I guess even at this I get 7 ranks. Or not ranks, columns of them attacking, so I guess this is okay. Now for the Night Goblin Fanatics. Starting from the far left, the furthest one north on the left. Well, he goes that direction. How far does he go? 7. At 152 degrees.
Fanatics can get a little tedious.
This is the fun part. Do they start creating into random units? Now for the one to his left now. Hit. Oh yeah, he just ignores that and goes that direction. He goes 7 as well. The guy's on the left, or the right even, goes that direction. He goes 8. Sad face, my fanatics aren't being exciting, I apologize.
This fight's actually looking a little closer than I would have hoped. The Ragnarok and the Giant are both nearly dead, and I have the firepower to kill them. The problem is they're about to overrun into a lot of my stuff. If that Giant...
Oh, well, this guy's probably about to die. And yeah, he goes into the forest and kills himself. Lovely.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about rolling for him anymore.
Indeed.
So
now, on to magic.
What it comes down to is if the Giant can overrun to the Organ.
I have...
If he can't...
no channels. I have 6 dice.
Then I will...
As hilarious as trying to cast Purple Sun at your War Machines would be, I don't want to do that. Let's see.
I'm going to mute him real quick. So, right now, the battle is actually kind of teetering on an edge. If that Giant can actually overrun into my War Machines, he might be able to turn it around.
Let's see, what can I do?
If he falls short, however, that's game over, because I'll be able to just pump everything into him and finish him off.
Hex do not require line of sight, correct?
This is a pretty rare phrase to say in Warhammer, so let's see how things play out.
Hexes don't require line of sight, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to cast... I have 6 dice. I'm going to cast 4 on Doom and Darkness on the Longbeards, actually. Well, that's certainly a thing.
It seems the winds of magic are not with Azhag today.
No, he fails by 1. Sad face. Oh, I forgot to do stupidity, didn't I?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, whatever. He just manages to man up and ignore the whispers from the ground in his ear. Okay, on to shooting. Seeing your brethren in the eyes of Azhag.
Well, they're in range of the organ gun.
Yep. I make that 7 that can shoot the organ gun?
You have a range of 18, not 12.
Oh, yeah, but they're blocked by the Ragnarok.
It's on a hill, remember?
Oh, right, yeah. So that's 11 total. Never mind.
For those of you wondering, we treat hills as infinitely tall.
I thought that because it's a large target and it blocked it.
No.
Whoa! I got 4 hits.
You need 5s. You're a long range.
Oh. Sad face. I get 1 hit.
6 to wound.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
Doom bearer?
Yep. He's gonna drop it on the grudge thrower.
Really wants that grudge thrower.
Hit.
Okay, roll the artillery die.
No, it's a direct hit.
Well...
sad face.
Yeah, that's why we roll the artillery die.
It's a 5. I think I can't fire this turn or next turn.
No, it's actually you shoot that direction, but he hits the first thing along that pathway.
So the Night Goblins.
Let's see. Yeah, he'll hit the Night Goblins. And they
6 of them are about to.
And they take regular damage.
Oh wow! Only 4 of them get dropped by their brethren.
For anyone wondering, that was the skid marks result, because he literally just plows his way towards the potential target, but hits him.
That's actually enough for a panic check. Hilariously enough.
Well, let's see what happens. Oh my goodness! We're running in terror. Typical goblin fashion.
Ironically, they're running. Do they run in terror away from the Doom Diver towards the dwarves?
Yep, they run away from the source of the damage.
Yeah, okay. They run 4.
Flee to the safety of the dwarves.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's not to worry
goblins.
about. All right, on to combat.
Let's do the Ragnarok first.
Okay. Everything's faster. Is the Ragnarok faster than the Giant, or vice versa?
Let's check. The Ragnarok is initiative 4 and the Giant's initiative 3.
Okay, so resolve the... what are the goblins?
Goblins are initiative 2, actually.
Okay, so resolve the Ragnarok first.
3 hits.
Yep. 2 of them are poisoned as well.
Oh.
Actually, wait. I think we've been rolling the... So the Ragnarok, I always forget this. He has 8 attacks, but one of his attacks is special and does poison.
Yeah,
so
poison and multi-wounds, isn't it? Yeah. So let's roll the 7.
Yeah, roll 7.
Oh, I will gladly take that roll.
Should have made him cut the first.
That's 4 hits. And now for the special one. It won't do multi-wounds on the dwarves.
But it's the only poison attack he has.
Okay, so that actually hits. Okay. It's not poisoned.
It's 5 hits. Yeah.
So that's 5 hits, actually.
Made him cut the first roll. 4
4 wounds.
Okay.
And now the Giant's attack.
Okay, so roll a d6. I've got the chart ready.
Okay. Now for the extra hilarity. 2.
A 2 for smaller things is jump up and down.
Oh boy.
Test to fall over. So if you stay on your feet, you do a bunch of damage. So fall over, roll a d6, and on a 1 you fall over.
Okay, he's fine.
Okay, so he does 2d6 strength 6 hits.
Okay. That's 4 hits.
Let's see. Yep.
That's a dead unit.
Oops. Yes, indeed. All right, so the Longbeards were wiped out.
And the Giant gets to overrun.
If you wanted to, yep.
And he is going to overrun into the organ gun, hopefully.
Let's see what happens.
Ah!
Yep. Okay.
The Ragnarok is going to victory reform to face that direction.
Okay, so things are getting interesting.
Okay, now on to the other fight.
Okay. Ungrim goes first.
Of course.
Ungrim will declare a challenge.
I don't have any characters in that unit, so I'm just going to say no.
Okay. I need 3s to hit.
Well, wait a minute.
If he accepts, he's a fool.
My boss, no, I'm not going to accept the challenge, actually.
Okay, so I need 3s to hit. I do get rerolls because it's a new combat.
Yep.
All hit.
Ow.
And then I need 2s. Alright, I do 3 wounds. You get your 6 aboard.
Yep. Nope.
Okay, 3 go down. And then what's their initiative? 2, I'm guessing.
2, yeah.
Okay, we strike simul, so go ahead.
Since I am frenzied, each of my 7 orcs gets 3 attacks? Or
3 attacks.
Yeah. So I get, but only 1 from the supporting rank. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in base contact. So that. So I get 3 from the front rank. So that makes 18 plus 1 from the champion is 19.
You cannot fit 6 in base contact with me. That's not possible. You can only do 5.
Right.
So you'll have 15. I count 21 total.
Yeah. That sounds about right. The axes keep throwing me off. Because they overlap with other units.
He's distracted.
So 21 attacks.
Typical orc.
Whoa.
You'll need 4s to hit.
Yep. Yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits.
Okay. And you are +1 strength on the first round of combat.
Yep.
So I believe you are strength 4.
Yes.
Okay, so you need 4s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds, okay. So I will...
That wasn't...
A little underwhelming.
Yeah.
Alright, so I get 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because of Death Blow.
Over.
Alright, we need... what's your weapon skill? 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, so we need 3s to hit. We do get to re-roll for Hatred. So 1 miss, so 11 hits. And because we are Slayers, we need 4s to wound. We get 4 wounds. You get your 6-up save.
Yep. Nope.
Alright, so 4 drop.
And I lose by quite a bit.
Yeah, decent amount.
I only did 2 wounds to your 7. You charged. And do you have a banner or not?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that is me down by
6.
6, yeah.
And you do not get to be steadfast because we both have 1 complete rank.
And I have a leadership of 7.
Double 1s. Even with Azhag. Or Azhag would put you down to needing 3s. You need 3.
Yeah.
Can you get it?
That is the question here. No, I do not.
Greenskins are not doing so hot in the morale checks.
No.
We will pursue.
They go 5. And they die.
Okay, we caught the Savage Orcs. The goblins are already fleeing, so they don't really care.
Yeah.
They're too busy panicking.
They're fleeing towards the cannons.
Well, the cannons haven't mauled them from behind, so can't say I blame them. Alright, and then now I believe it is my turn.
It is indeed.
Alright, charges. How far away are my dwarves? Sure. Okay, the Slayers will go ahead and charge the Doom Diver.
Okay.
And that is actually my only charge. So I'm going to go ahead and resolve it, and then I'll worry about rallies. So we're 11 inches away. We're movement 3, so we need an 8.
3?
Yeah, we're dwarfs.
Alright.
Okay, so we move 5 because we failed. By 1, sadly. And then I'm going to try and rally my gyrocopter. Leadership 9. He does rally to face his doom. And
are we on turn 4 or 5?
we are on turn... Let's see, let me do some mental math here. I believe this is turn 4.
Okay.
So, well, let's see. Azhag moved over here. Then he moved over here and got shot. Then he moved... Then he charged? No, because then he... So 1, 2... Then he turned and went 3... No, this is turn 5. This is turn 5.
Oh, okay.
Alright, my gun boys here are going to reform like so, which means I cannot shoot this turn.
Alright.
My master engineer is going to get out of the way of that silly giant.
Indeed. He's not silly and more drunk.
And then I think... Oh, and of course, these guys are going to swift reform, my Iron Breakers. Get to reroll for the BSB. We pass. 63 degrees. And we are going to advance 3 inches. Hope this has been entertaining for you guys. I know Warhammer's pretty chill. Might need to put in a small message at the beginning of this video about, to make yourself a cup of tea or something. Alright, that's it for that. Let's go on to shooting. The Grudge Thrower, we're going to aim at the Arachnarok. Take this sucker down. I'm going to aim at a point I can see. That way I can try and finish him off. Artillery die. 10 inches. And the direction is a direct hit. Now, last time we couldn't wound him with this big old boulder. So let's see if we have some better luck this time.
What runes are on that thing?
On the Ragnarok?
Runes.
Rune of Forging and Rune of Accuracy.
Okay.
Okay, so it does wound him. So I got to do 2 or more wounds to finish him off. He's still alive. Okay, so he's got 1 wound left. The spider's hanging in there. And the cannon, for lack of a target, I guess I'm going to try and shoot Azhag, because there's literally nothing else to shoot at.
The goblins, I guess.
I'm not going to shoot a cannon at goblins. Good try.
Sad face.
If I could see the Ragnarok, I would shoot it, but that would be some finagling I don't want to try. Okay, shooting along the right edge. We're going to aim 6 inches in front of him. Actually, let's aim 5 inches in front of him. No, excuse me, 7 inches. No, 6. 6. Final offer, 6.
Alright.
First shot.
I was about to point out that wasn't 5 inches away anyways.
Well, we nailed him.
Okay.
Try and wound. I do wound him. His ward save, if he has one.
He has a 5-up ward save. From Azhag's hard armor. How many wounds?
You roll 1.
Oh, right. Nope.
Okay, and D3. And down goes Azhag.
Sad face.
Alright, that's it for... actually, my dwarf might get to be a hero. My master engineer is going to use his pistols.
He gets 2 shots, right?
He gets 2 shots to try and save the day.
That gyrocopter will owe him much.
Okay, so he's got a range of 12 inches, so we're in half range.
Barely.
Barely. we get
Go engineer.
We get 2 shots. It's quick to fire, so there's no penalty for moving. So I get -1 for multi-shooting, so I need 4s to hit. 1 hit. 6 to wound. Would have been epic. Alright.
Yeah, it would have been.
Okay, that pretty much wraps up that. So on to combat. Giant versus the dwarves.
Giant goes first, I guess.
Yes, let's see.
Initiative 3.
My dwarves are initiative 2, so yes. The giant is first.
I roll a 6.
A
Is that pick up and stuff in the sack?
That is swing with club.
Oh, okay.
Swing with club is... I have to take an initiative check, or else I'm in serious danger. So let's see if my crew can save it. 3. Nope. Okay, so you do 2d6 wounds.
Awesome.
Alright.
That is 1 dead organ gun.
Okay, it blows up. Would you like to overrun or reform?
I'm gonna reform.
Okay, my master engineer does need a panic check. He is not okay. He rolled a whopping 2 inches. He's supposed to save the day, and instead he's just running with his tail tucked between his legs.
Well, yeah, he just saw the organ gun exploded with a single swing from the club.
Yeah, he should be used to it. Okay, and with that, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, my Ragnarok is charging the gyrocopter.
Okay, we will stand. Though I need a terror check.
Yes, you do.
Yep, we're gonna stand.
Okay. My giant's charging the Grudge Thrower.
Okay, I have to stand.
Actually, wait. No, you gotta charge the cannon, actually.
Okay, still have to stand.
Yep. And I have to rally my night goblins.
Okay, no, that's after charges.
Yep. That's it for charges.
Okay.
The Ragnarok is an auto.
Yep. I got his various wound markers. Oh,
Yep.
nope, you got it.
And the giant needs 4. He's in.
Okay.
Barely. Okay. Now I don't have any magic left, so now I'm just shooting.
Okay. All you got's try and rally your
Are we just going to ignore the fanatics or what?
Yeah, you can go ahead and ignore them.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Try and rally your night goblins.
All right.
No.
They don't rally.
So they keep running.
Towards the cannon.
Yeah, towards the giant.
Yeah, hide behind the giant, I guess. It was 7.
Okay, and now go ahead and fire your Doom Diver for probably the last time.
Yep. And to the grudge thrower. Rotoria. 6. Direction. Sad face.
Try and correct.
4. Aha!
Yeah, you'll probably be able to do that. So let's get it to 277. So you'll essentially move it 4 inches.
Yeah.
No, you'll move it 2 inches. Yeah, so you'll still hit it.
So D6, D6 hits. 6 hits.
Ooh, all you need is 1 6. Yep, that's all it takes. All right, good shot.
And that is why I did not charge the Groster.
Okay, combat.
Let's do the giant first.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
A 1.
A 1. A 1 is yell and ball, so you win combat by 2.
Yep. How does that work with the war machine?
I take a check, and when I pass, nothing happens.
Okay. My Ragnarok, with its 7 attack and 1 special attack. First.
Okay.
That is...
And remind me... okay, so never mind. Keep going. So you need 4s to hit.
Yeah, there's 3 hits.
Wait. Yeah, I passed my fear check. Okay.
That is 1 attack hit with multi-wound.
Well, it has to get the poison to multi-wound.
Oh, okay. So that's the 4 hits.
4 hits. Yep. Strength 5. You need 4s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. I believe that's enough to finish me off.
Indeed.
It is if I fail my armor save, which I do have a 6 up. Nope. So it goes down.
Yay. Yeah, it's going to reform.
Okay.
Once I'm on your engineer. Yeah, so we have to...
Turn 6.
You pass your thing, right?
What thing?
For the cannon.
Yes.
The check? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That is...
we are on to turn 6 then.
Yep.
Alright. Slayers will charge the Doom Diver.
Of course.
That's it. So we are 6 inches away, roughly. Just double check. Yep, we're good. So we're gonna go kill this thing.
Hopefully.
Iron Breakers. Just in case, I guess. We'll move 6. Then try and rally my Master Engineer. Nope. Man, the engineers are big cowards this game. Yeah, he's also off the table. Both my engineers went off. Okay.
Yay.
And then we are on to shooting. I'm going to put 12 shots into the Night Goblins.
Okay.
I needed 4s to hit. Yes. 4s to hit. So 6 hits. And 2s. 5 die.
Which leaves a total of 2 left.
Yep. Well, it just means they can't rally unless they roll double ones.
Yeah.
Alright, and then close combat. Ungrim goes first. He needs 3s to hit. He has to reroll for hatred. 3 hits. They're dead.
Indeed.
And we will reform just for shits and giggles. And it is your final turn.
Yep. So I'm just gonna skip straight to combat.
Yep, Ragnarok can't see anyone.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should theoretically try and rally my goblins. Nope. They did not eat enough mushrooms before this.
Yeah, go ahead and roll their flea roll because I'm curious if something might happen to them.
Okay. Well, don't they have to run away from the guys that just shot them?
No, they keep playing the same direction. Okay, so they will go through my cannon, so take 2 dangerous terrain checks.
Nope.
Nah, they're fine. Okay, so they don't matter anymore. Alright, go ahead and roll your giant. See what he gets. 5. That is... Swing with club. Can we pass our initiative check? No. So you do 2d6 wounds.
4.
4. Okay, that's enough.
Yay.
And that's game.
Yep.
Alright, good game, sir.
I lost.
So, for those of you who are watching, the way we calculate points is you just add up the points of anything that's alive, and if there's one model on the table, it counts the entire unit. So those 2 night goblins, even though they're fleeing right next to the table edge, it's nearly impossible for them to rally, and there's only 2 left. You still get full points. That's just the way 8th edition works. But we can just look at the points, and all he's got left are a Ragnarok, a giant, and some goblins, which is a decent amount. But I've got my Slayers, my Ironbreakers, my BSB, my Lord, and some Thunderers. So I definitely have a huge point advantage.
I have something along the lines of 600 points. Maybe?
Yeah, and I probably have...
I have exactly 600 points.
And I have more along the lines of... see if I'm spitballing. That's about 500. And then the Ironbreakers prop it up to about 800.
Plus the banners you took.
I've got a little over 1,000.
Plus the banners you took.
Yeah, plus the banners I took, and plus killing Azhag.
Yep. So,
all right, so good game. I'm going to go ahead and run through some post-game analysis, like I do every time, just to give everyone a little taste. Foul, bear with me.
Yep.
First thing about deployment, there were mistakes on both sides. I messed up by not leaving the Slayers as my final deployment. If I had waited until I threw down everything but my Slayers, then I could have counter-deployed his monsters, which ended up being a huge problem for me this game. And they ended up taking out my back line. If I had put my Slayers across from them, that never would have happened. So that was a big fault on my part, that I didn't get my Slayers into combat with the monsters, because Ungrim would have just butchered that Ragnarok in probably a single phase. Outside of that, I felt pretty comfortable with my deployment. I don't have any major complaints. The only thing I guess I would say about myself is I may have crunched my war machines too much on that hill, because my cannon and my grudge thrower ended up being blocked from the right flank, which is where the monsters were, by my organ gun, which was really clever deployment on Foul's part. Which, speaking of Foul's deployment, Foul's only big mistake was that he put Azhag too far away from the trolls, as far as deployment goes. But in gameplay,
user joined your channel.
Goodness gracious, TeamSpeak, shush. So
balls. These bitches want to suck mine.
Sorry about that, everyone. We had a slight interruption. In any event, as for the actual gameplay goes, obviously commenting on my own performance is a little bit odd. The only thing I would say to what I did that I wasn't particularly fond of is I probably should have held back my Slayers and used them to mop up the back line instead of running after his Savage Orcs. Although it was worth the points, and I won steadily enough in points, and I'm not really concerned about it. It was quite a bit of luck that the monster line was able to survive my firepower. I think I had a cannonball and 2 stone thrower shots into that Ragnarok that in total did 1 wound. So that son of a gun was real tough.
He inherited the spirit of my war sphinxes from when I played Twin Kings.
Very, very true. As for Foul, when this is what, your first game as Greenskin?
Yep.
So
I literally picked them up for this game just to show them off.
Okay, definitely really solid game as the Greenskins. As a note, when playing especially against a Dwarf line, you do not have the time or the luxury to only move your regular movement.
Right, so March.
Yeah, you should have been marching turn 1. You could have been in my face by turn 2, but instead it took you till turn 3.
To be fair, I'm just going to blame that on like being Tomb King's player because I completely forgot about the ability to march.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I completely forgot marching was a thing until you said, I'm going to march. And I was like, wait a minute.
The other thing I would say is that when you have a character like Azhag, you should be using him super aggressively. Instead, you are holding him back like I would expect someone to hold back a flying BSB, where he just sort of lingered around the back lines until he got inevitably shot by a cannon. It would have been much more effective to just have him fly up 20 inches in Purple Sun, turn 1. Or at least fly up and go slamming into the Longbeards. He would have devastated the Longbeards. And he would have beaten the Ironbreakers, too. He could have soloed the Ironbreakers with Skull Muncha. So,
if I had kept him on that flank, he would have helped. The trolls would have actually done something.
Yeah. So, definitely if we were to play these two same lists again, Azhag would be much better committing to the center, but hanging towards where the trolls are and just following them into the line, because the two of them together would be extremely difficult to stop. Because even though I had some really awesome early game shooting, I still struggled to win this fight. The Slayers were nearly gone, and Ungrim could have died if he got isolated against like the Savage Orcs. So it was really fortunate for me that the shooting was just enough to clear the Savage Orcs low enough that I was able to break them in close combat.
Didn't want around no less.
Yeah, because if they'd had enough numbers to have that second rank, I never would have broke them. They would have killed all my Slayers first. So, that being said...
winning combat, though, would have seriously hurt the Savage Orcs because they would have lost Frenzy.
Yeah, that's true. Though, at the end of the day, so if Azhag had been on the left flank, I think he would have won. Because he could have destroyed the Ironbreakers. He had the proper strength. You know, he doesn't allow armor saves personally, thanks to Slaga Stabas. And then Skull Muncha, obviously those Thunder Stomps are real handy.
Yeah.
That being said, I thought you played a really good game. First game is Orcs and Goblins. Certainly the most successful of everyone so far that picked them up. They're a hard army to pick up. Just because they will not do what you want.
That was quite the interesting turn, I have to say.
Yeah. That being said, I thought you played them really well. Like the only model I felt like you really misplayed was Azhag. Everyone else I thought you did really well with. You actually made that giant surprisingly dangerous.
I learned from like when you played my Tomb Kings with the giant, and the giant got shot to death, so I put him off on the flank and just ran him up behind something so he didn't get shot.
Yeah, well, it was smart putting him with the Ragnarok, because the Ragnarok is ultimately the bigger threat.
So everything focused on the Ragnarok, so I just let my giant run around.
Yeah, and you kept a good angle, because I wasn't able to... someone might prove me wrong on this later in the comment section, but I don't recall there being a moment where I was able to line up a shot where I could hit both of them at once.
For those of you in the comments, please put the exact timestamp so we can figure out exactly when Sotek was wrong.
If I was wrong.
Yeah.
Which it probably wasn't, but maybe it was. But in any event, I will have a closing statement here in a second. So, Phao, go ahead and say goodbye and stuff, and I hope you had a good time.
Thanks for watching me get my butt handed to me by Sotek. See y'all later.
Alright, and I'll be back with you guys in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Alright, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it was pretty chill. I guess I kind of go into a mode when I'm trying to teach a lesson. Phao played really well. I'm super proud of how he handled Greenskins his first time. They're a tough army for people to pick up. They are not very... that animosity of theirs can catch people off guard. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If this is something you'd like to see in the future, just type down in the comments, hey, we'd love to see more Warhammer battles. Whoops. if you never want to see this again, you can say that too. That's fine. There's a whole 600 of you guys. 600! I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess this will be the little 600 video, but we're going to have to think of something cool to do. We're getting a party up in here. Some new stuff coming out on the channel pretty soon. Obviously, this is a new thing that's starting. This was also kind of to showcase what it's like to learn Warhammer for me. Fal's only been learning Warhammer, I think, for 2 months now, and he's pretty good. I mean, he just picked up a new army there and played a great game. If this is something you'd be interested in learning, feel free to shoot me a message. That being said, we're going to be making some pretty significant changes to the way the system worked. Originally, you'd have to go onto Patreon and pay like $30 a month, but we're going to make some pretty serious alterations to all that. So stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, because I like to drop little hints about what kind of videos are coming up soon and what I'm working on, or just what I'm up to. So if that's the kind of stuff you're interested in, then you should definitely hit those up. Until then, thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate all of your kind words, because there's many, many kind words on every video, and your support. So continue sharing these videos with your friends or on forums and websites so we can build the community even more. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.